It wasn't very long ago that folks thought they were doing their part by recycling bottles, cans, and cardboard. And like you, the folks in Portland, Oregon are big recyclers. But Portlanders have come to realize there's a lot more to being green than recycling. The natural step. The reason the natural step isn't better known here is because, currently, the only natural step organization in the U.S. is located in Portland, Oregon. The natural step is a framework of principles grounded in natural science that, over the past 20 years, have gained worldwide acceptance. The natural step principles serve as a guide for businesses, communities, educators, governments, and individuals on the path toward sustainable development. The first step of the natural step principles reminds us that in a sustainable society, nature is not subject to systematically increasing concentrations of substances extracted from the Earth's crust. The second step reminds us that in a sustainable society, nature is not subject to systematically increasing concentrations of substances produced by society. The third step reminds us that in a sustainable society, nature is not subject to increasing degradation by physical means. And the fourth step reminds us that in a sustainable society, people are not subject to conditions that systematically undermine their capacity to meet their needs. Susan and Bill Blosser have always been environmentalists at heart. And over the past 30 years, their approach to winemaking has evolved accordingly. In 2002, the Sokol Blossers' new barrel cellar was one of the first to be awarded the coveted LEED certification for leadership in energy and environmental design.
When we started to look at everything that we do through the lens of the natural step, we realized how far we had to go. We started looking at our whole operation through different eyes, and our goal became sustainability across the operation. In other words, it wasn't enough just to farm organically, which means not using any synthetic herbicides, pesticides, any chemicals. We still worry about the kinds of machinery we use and the number of trips we make through the vineyard with that machinery, what we do in different practices and how sustainable those are, how we dispose of the materials that we use in the vineyard, the stakes, the plastic that we use for growing. All these are issues that we never thought about before. We have had such wonderful feedback from our customers and our employees who really are happier to work for a business that stands for something. People used to say that sustainable development or sustainable economic development was an oxymoron. I think that's rubbish. I think that development now has to be sustainable or it just shouldn't happen.